Hey there, it's OCB Communications, and welcome back to another review. If you hear any background noise, because yes, once again, I'm here in Michigan. I'm at my dad's house, so yeah, so there's definitely company here. Anyway, I got a lot of reviews I got to get done, and this is definitely one of them I want to get done with as soon as possible because I just want to get this over with. And this is my review, more like rant on the film At the Devil's Door. This is a movie that I got. It was like a 2014 film, and I saw the trailer for it a while back, and I thought it looked kind of interesting. It's got good reviews, as you can see. Winner of a horror film, the stuff of pure uncut nightmare from Anna Cool News. 4.5 stars, an inventive creepy thriller. Patrick Cooper from Bloody Disgusting. An unsettling and completely unforgettable experience, instantly getting under your skin and while scaring the living hell out of you. Jerry Smith, Icons of Fright. So seeing that kind of stuff, I bought it brand new for about $9. I thought, oh, this might be good. And I was wrong! Dead wrong! Because this movie's at the crack of my ass. Or the crack of my swamp ass. You know that little bit of sweat that drips down the crack of your ass when you're dealing with that extreme heat? Yeah, this movie's that sweat. That stinky ass sweat that drips down your fucking ass crack. At the crack of my ass. Not at the devil's door. This movie was boring. It wasn't scary. It was. I don't get what is so fucking unforgettable about this. I think you should. I think you should switch the unforgettable experience to forgettable experience because it is one hell of a forgettable experience. What happens pretty much? You have this hot chick played by a real estate. Not no, it's another girl. Who is this? I forgot the actress's name. I think it might be Ashley Rickards. She's this chick who goes out with a friend somewhere in the Southwest, meets this guy in a trailer, plays a game of those they have those three cups. What's in the cup? Find the one that has the thing in it or whatever. Finds it, and I guess it makes it so some spirit has chosen her or something. Thinks that she's special, and tells her to go to the fucking place where the road meets and say her name. And then it'll come to her later. And it possesses her. And then you cut to present day, because I guess this took place in the 80s, 1987. And that's where you get the raincoat thing, because she wears this raincoat, this red raincoat, like she's a Little Red Riding Hood. And then go to present day with this real estate agent named Lay, played by Catalina Sandino Moreno, who she's nice to look at, not a good actress. Very one-note performance. Not impressed. So she has to sell a house with a checkered past because it's a house where this girl who was possessed committed suicide in, and she crosses paths with a disturbed girl. So she learns the runaway daughter of a couple selling the property. But of course, you find out that it's not really their daughter. Their daughter's somewhere else. They find their daughter at Walmart. It's actually the ghost of this girl who committed suicide. Which actually, what is there's this spirit that's deciding to wear her as clothes, so to speak, as a disguise, which makes me think of The Hidden. I'd rather watch The fucking Hidden than this. To me, this is every bit as shitty as The Hidden 2. And so, her sister, Vera, is played by Naya Rivera from Glee, which I don't fucking give a shit about. I don't watch Glee. She's an artist, and she's kind of into some dark stuff. And Leia becomes entangled with the supernatural force, which just looks like you see it from afar. And what happens is a scene where she walks into the room and sees the girl, and her body splits open, and you see the ghost spirit, and it's just some wispy-looking black spirit. Nothing unique about it. In fact, it looks very similar to The Harvesters in this movie, which is a much better film that deserves all those good reviews. The Deaths of Ian Stone, which I'm going to talk about soon enough. And so, I do admit that there are some shots in this from Nicholas McCarthy that are kind of creepy. I mean, the shot of the girl's body splitting open like a walnut, and then here comes the spirit was pretty decent. And then you see some random shots of, I guess, sometimes it looks like this wispy black willowy spirit thing, and then other times it fucking looks like, I don't know, it looks like one of those ugly witches from the Witches, or one of those witches from Legend. It looks like something out of Pan's Labyrinth, but you just see a quick shot of it. It's just some ugly looking hag. It's not really that scary, and you only see it 2 times. And then what happens is the spirit kills Lay, and then it ends up going after Vera, and it finds her and grabs her in a warehouse, possesses her, and sends her out a window. She wakes up. She's in the hospital room, and oh fuck, she's pregnant. And I'm like, really? Is it one of those fucking movies where we've seen this a million times, where some spirit impregnates some chick? I mean, I've seen this. The Unborn comes to mind. Not the one with Roger Corman, the one that David S. Goyer wrote and directed. It's a piece of shit. Where, hey, let's get rid of the spirit by throwing her off the fucking balcony. Yeah, that's a good way to exercise the spirit. Just fucking throw the chick off the balcony. The spirit will fall out anyway. Yeah, it'd probably kill the person who's being possessed, but good one. But anyway, so it's just a generic shit. She's possessed by a demon baby. I mean, how many fucking times? I mean, see, I'm so discombobulated I can't even say the word fucking anymore. So, I mean, how many times have we seen this? If you're a veteran of horror like I am, you've seen it a million times. Hell Baby, that recent movie that they did last year or this year sometime that was about there was a found footage film or something that was released recently that dealt with the devil baby, Rosemary's Baby, all kinds of fucking shit. And so, I guess the spirit wants her in order to impregnate her, and because she wakes up and she's 9 months pregnant, and she gives birth to the baby, and then it gets taken away from her, and then the movie finally starts to get fucking interesting. But before, it's just as dull as a fucking doornail. It is so fucking dull. It's like at the dull door. There's one scene in the film that sums up this film's pacing perfectly. There's a scene where Vera, or Lay, or whoever it is trying to get into the house, and she's got a key she's putting her key in the deadbolt, and she's jiggling it and having a hard time opening the door. That sums up this film's pacing perfectly. Just like you're just trying to get the door to open, waiting for something to happen. It's like, but it's taking forever. There's such a thing as pacing. I understand you're trying to build suspense, but there's a difference between building suspense and just boring the living shit out of the audience. And this is definitely one of those films that bores the shit out of the audience. It doesn't help either. You don't give a shit about these characters. I don't give a fuck about these 2 sisters. I know nothing about them. All I know is one chick is a real estate agent and another chick is an artist. That's all I know. I don't know anything else about these sisters. That's it. You don't know what their relationship is. You get the gist that it's kind of strained, but that's about it. You don't know any of their personality traits. You know nothing. So that doesn't help with the suspense either, because you don't give a shit about what happens to these girls. You're like, fuck, they could get demon possessed. They could get tossed out a fucking window. They could get their necks broken by the devil, whatever, through the door. I could care less. Don't give a shit. So you can see I'm getting pretty agitated and fucking frustrated talking about this movie, because I'll get... It's one of those movies. It's one of those stupid fucking shitty endings. God, that fucking pissed me off. So anyway, it builds up and builds. Then it finally fucking opens the door and does something. Where the girl that she had, the demon girl, is all grown up now, and she's going off to try to find her to kill her. Honestly, the whole movie should have been about that. She gets pregnant by a demon. She then spends the whole movie trying to hunt down and kill the kid. And uncover the mystery behind it. Because excuse me. Sorry, I guess I'm allergic to this movie's bullshit. But yeah. Trying to get my thoughts together here. There's even scenes in the movie where literally padding, where it's just explaining you shit that you already know. For those of you in the audience who fell the fuck asleep and missed the part where they explained what the backstory is of this chick in the red hood, this girl right here. Those of you who missed that, let's explain it to you. And pad the running time. Movie that's 93 minutes but feels like it's 203. So anyway, you get to the interesting part where the girl's hunting down, Vera's hunting down her daughter, her demon spawn. Finds her. Fucking kid you not, she's got the knife to her throat, and then you cut to the fucking scene where she's got the girl in the car with her, and the girl's like, I knew you couldn't do it. I knew you'd find me. You're my mother. And then they drive off, and they live happily ever after. And I want to beat the fucking living shit out of this piece of shit movie. Ah! I hate endings like that. It makes the whole movie pointless. Makes what you just sat through, which is already boring, tedious shit, it makes it even more fucking aggravating because you sat through that to hopefully see if it goes anywhere. If it remotely ends up going anywhere at all. If it does something different, if it has the balls to actually kill the fucking kid, and no, goes that bullshit route that so many of these shitty movies do, these awful horror films do, where it just ends with, oh, it's a shock ending, where she keeps the devil kid. Oh, it's so terrifying. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is scary about that? It's frustrating. It's not scary. It's like the film just took a giant shit on your face, but that's not scary. It just pisses you off. I don't give a fuck about just oh. And the good reviews don't help. They really don't. Unforgettable experience. It'll scare the living shit out of you. Bore the living shit out of you. What the fuck is so scary about this movie? I don't get it. The chick in the red hood, walking around, sitting on her hippity hoppity horse. What the fuck is so scary about it at the devil's door? A couple shots of some ugly hag. That it? Some bumps in the night. Oh, she gets pregnant by a demon. Like, what? I've seen that happen many times. Many other movies. You're not doing anything I haven't seen before. I don't get it. 4.5 stars from like Bloody Disgusting or whatever. It gets under your skin. Yeah, it gets under your skin because it pisses you off. Makes you want to break things. Anyway, I really don't know what else to say about this fucking movie. Other than give it a rating, because if I talk about it anymore, it's going to make my head explode. Like in Scanners. It's going to go... It pisses me off so much. Because it's so disappointing. I was looking forward to this. I liked the trailer, and I see it, and it's this boring, shitty, forgettable, unscary movie with a shitty ending. It's just like everything I hate all rolled up into fucking one package. And then you throw on top of it these good reviews. Just makes it the cherry on top of the shit sundae. So yeah, if I'm at the crack of my ass, out of 5 stars, I didn't care for this movie at all. So there's some of the music was okay. It wasn't really much though. It's a lot of piano music. You've seen heard a bunch of other times. Performances weren't anything special. The effects were, there were some effects that were okay, some shots that were alright, kind of creepy. Because that's why I give it a half a star. That's it. That's all I can fucking give this movie. Because this movie sucker punched me at the end. It's like, hey, you're gonna kill the kid. No, it's gonna go off, and they're gonna have be a happy family. Like, fuck you, movie. Yeah, do yourself a favor. Don't buy the hype when it comes to this movie, and avoid it. Avoid it like the plague. Unless it sounds interesting to you and you want to give it a look, be my guest. Because who knows, you might like it. You might find it to be an unforgettable experience. You might find it to be scary. You might find it to be something that just gets under your skin, and not in the way that makes you want to tear the writer and director's head off. But you might like it. So just because I don't like it, and doesn't mean you won't. But I'll say I didn't warn you. So yeah, fuck this movie.